Hello, good morning and welcome back to our channel, Quinta, Fonte, Pipa, and I am Molly. Olá, bom dia e bem-vindo ao nosso canal, Quinta, Fonte, Pipa, e eu sou Molly. I would like to apologise for not uploading a video last week as we were having some computer issues, so unfortunately there wasn't a video last week, and we are hoping to get back to a regular uploading schedule. And I hope you guys have noticed that we've made some more upgrades to our camera and stuff for our video quality to be a lot better. So if you guys aren't subscribed to our channel, hit the subscribe button down below. It's free and it helps push our videos out into the algorithm so other people watch them. So please don't forget to hit subscribe. Would you like some Nancy? Banana skin? No? Would you like some banana? You don't like banana? Yeah.
Yeah, they really like it.
Look at that. So don't worry, there will be some more goats later on in the video. But first, Dad and Ollie are going to attempt to refix the 90-year-old Lister pump as fire season is approaching us here. Unfortunately, it's not very sunny today, but it has been extremely hot the past few days. But if anyone is interested in more on the Lister pump, there are some video links up here to previous videos we've made.
And I down at the Lister pump, and she starts, but it's not pushing water out of the hose. And I think, after I fiddled around with it the last couple of months ago, I think it's the part in the back of the pump here which requires a special cord, which you'll see in a minute, which I've got to put in there and wrap round it, and then it stops the pump sucking in air and only sucking on water, and then it's hoping, as always, that it's going to work. Let's see if we can get this special packing in there. And here's the cord I'm talking about that goes around the back of the pump. It's just made of a string, and it's coated in a wax which feels very much like a soap. It's very slippery, and basically that wraps around the shaft like this, but you do it in small sections rather than one whole piece. This isn't 100% right, but just to explain roughly what happens, my finger is the shaft of the motor. This then gets squashed and it becomes a waterproof packing basically, and the water can't get out through the pump, and the air, which is the problem we've had, the air can't get in. You buy this in many different sizes and thicknesses, and here's the new piece we bought. The whole lot cost me I think €1.10, so it's peanuts, you know. And it's a good job I've got big strong Ollie with me, because he can do the turning of the motor, and I'll flip the switches and get it going for the first few times, because normally I struggle down here trying to fix a problem like this, because I have to manually turn the pump over by hand, which it's not the easiest of things when you keep doing it and keep doing it. So I'd fire the pump up, see if it's pushing water. When I notice it doesn't push water, I turn the pump off, have a fiddle, and then I have to pump the pump over again to get it to fire up. And it can be quite tiring once you've done it sort of 10 or 15 times, and if the day becomes hot, then I only get a couple of goes in a day and then I'm done. It's just too much like hard work. But let's crack on and see if this fixes it. Well, I don't know if you can hear me over the noise of the pump, but we've got it going and we've got water coming out, which is brilliant. So we're just going to go off to the top tank and see if we've got water coming out in the top tank. And there's another tap over here, I'll quickly show you. Don't know if you can see the ground's wet here, not damp now. I can actually show you because the pump's still running. There's a big upstand of a pipe here. There's a big upstand of a pipe here. If I turn it on much more, I'm going to get soaking wet because I need to put a new gasket in this tap here. But that will all run down there and it floods this field. That tap's shut like it is now. It will then run off under the ground and it comes up further up. And we'll show you up at the tank. Yes, come on girls, we want this tank nice and clean. Quickly girls, quickly, quickly. Quickly! Quickly now, no hanging around. So the tank's been empty for so long, it's filled up with leaves and sticks. There is one of these tubes here that goes out into the farm that you can see little sticks are going through it. We use that to empty it. Brilliant news. And down here, there's a load of taps. And this one just drains the tank if we want it, and that comes out lower down in the land, but we can connect another hose to it. And this is the main one that comes out and goes to a lot of the farm, and this inch one goes down close to the house, and it's all the pipe work around the house. And this is where the water comes out. And it's got some metal gates there, which obviously you can close. It's letting a bit of water through because it's not the right door. I've got to get the right ones. I can put one in there and another door here, and then the water will come out over this edge and irrigate the field down there. We've got this one been running into this field. You can see it flood irrigates the field pretty well.
Well, it's still running, which is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with the engine, it was just the problem we had with sucking the water part of it. So let's go and have a look. Well, we turned the pump off after a few hours last night, and the tank's about 90% full, which is good to see. I'm actually tempted to let half of this run out and irrigate one of the fields we got lower down, and it will sort of serve two purposes. One, I get to irrigate the land, and secondly, it'll clean out the last bit of the leaves and the junk that's in the tank. I mean, you'll never keep it out unless you cap your tank, but we'll try and, as it's been empty for so long, it'll flush all the pipes through and everything else, so it might be a worthwhile job doing that. But a little bit further down here we've got that other water outlet, and all the people that kindly buy us a coffee and support our channel or sponsor a goat. And if you're interested in doing that, you can find more information in the links below. But all the money that we're receiving at the moment, we're going to start putting some of that towards new fire hoses. Just walk through this little bit here. So this is the bit I showed you yesterday, which has got the tap inside here. So what we'd like to do is set this little point up where I can change the tap fitting on the end here, and we can have a couple of hoses, because just over there is where the milking parlour is going to be. I think you can just see the edge of the trailer, so just behind that is where the goat barn actually is, which we can protect from the big tank there. But as this is going to be the milking parlour, it would be nice to have literally just behind my feet here where I'm stood is where this tap is. We can run a line across here and we can wet everything down if there's another fire. And unfortunately, living in Portugal, there's going to be another fire at some point in the future. It's just part of living in Portugal, unfortunately. But when you live in paradise, something's got to give, isn't it?
Mum, I will tell you.
Do you not want that? You want that?
Show me that lovely face. Munching on a
Camera shy.
Oh my God.
love an orange, don't you, love?
Look
And the orange is gone.
Look at Nelly. Oh, look at Nelly with the cat. What is it, Fred?
Goat needs cat. You start attacking the goat. Who was that, Fred? Hmm? No one's going to get you, Fred. Oh. Oh. Oh.
A couple of weeks ago, I think it was the last couple of videos, Ollie and I drilling into the top of this rock wall. And I'll show you what we've done. This rebar, which is 18mm thick, and we've drilled straight into the top of the rock wall with a fractionally smaller drill bit, and then we hammer those in, and then they're locked. I'm trying to lift that up and they're locked in there, and we've got the fence is pretty tight along here. I need to come and tension it a little bit more. That runs all the way along the back there, all the way down the back of the trees, because the problem was we fence in front of the olive trees, then they can't eat the last little section, and then they'll also stand on the fence and eat the lower part of these olive trees. So it's quite, although it's lovely having all these walls and everything, which they are beautiful to look at, they make fencing in for, well, sheep would be alright, but goats are the escape artists, and yeah, you need to do a lot more with your fencing. This is where the goats used to walk down and use this other wall here to jump into the next field here, lower down. So we've brought the fencing along with another pole there in the corner, and then along this way, but we've put two large rocks there so they can't get under the fence, because if the babies go under there, the mums will follow. And then we've run this fence all the way along this wall here, because believe it or not, a bit further up where you can see Yana walking in the distance, I'll go and show you, but that wall is quite tall to the next terrace down, and even the babies jump off the edge. They're starting to wander away from where we want them, so we're going to push them back down that way again. Come on girls, back down. Para frente.
Meow meow.
After the other day finding those bees in our end shed, I'm going to go back in there and have another look. I've not got my bee suit on, so I'm not going to sort of get too close to them, but I just want to see what's going on in there, the activity. And there's definitely some bees going in and out of the box. It's early morning, so it's still quite cold, and they don't normally get active until they warm up a bit. Let's hope they're the Iberian breed of bees, because they're a lot calmer than the African bees, which are quite aggressive. And we've been lucky the last few years we've had these bees. We've been told by a local guy that they're the Iberian type, because they've just been so tolerant of our novice beekeeping that they just haven't attacked us, which has been brilliant for us. So it's a lot more calming for us when we're learning how to keep bees. And what I'm hoping is the hive that we've got left over from last year's bees, which unfortunately we think disappeared when it got cold, because I don't think we managed to insulate their box quick enough early enough in the season. So they either died out or they flew off and found somewhere else they could keep warmer. But they've left us lots of frames of comb and honey and everything else. So what I'm hoping to do is use that box with all the frames in it and give it to these bees here, and then hopefully we'll it'll push this lot further forward in their production, because they'll have lots of frames already made for them. And then if they've got a good queen, all she's got to do is fill them up with babies, and hopefully the hive will grow pretty quickly. So let's hope this is going to be our year for finally keeping some bees and permanently keeping them. Well, that was the quick beehive check. It looks like they're still there, so let's hope they're still there when Molly returns from being with Zay. She's at her boyfriend's right now.
So after Dad and Ollie have successfully got the water pump started, they are going to be meeting up with Luke from Luke and Sarah's Off-Grid Living, and they are going to be going on a 14-kilometre bike ride, and it's all uphill, so let's hope Dad makes it.
Oh, you're with your bike too. Woo, girly
Bye,
boy.
Sarah. Bye. I haven't ridden a mountain bike for 15 years, if not more. I used to be heavily into it, and I'm struggling right now. Oh. But it's mid-afternoon sun, and we're crawling up Luke's driveway. James Blunt.
Daniel Craig.
I tell you, in summer there's nothing better.
Good morning and welcome to another problem. Here's the truck and the bonnet's up, and I think the radiator has sprung a leak. So I'm going to have to take the whole front end of the truck off, pull the radiator out and have a look and see what I can find wrong with it. Because all the work I've been doing with Ollie, which has been absolutely brilliant having him here helping, we just haven't had a lot of time to fix some of the bits I know that are wrong with the truck that need doing. And unfortunately, like they say, it's a busman's holiday. Me being a mechanic, it's one of the last things that happens to our own vehicle, unfortunately. But after a couple of weeks of brilliant work with Ollie, I've said, look, let's take this week off so I can put all the parts I've had in in the house for about 4 months for this truck, if not longer. And Ollie bought himself a little Portuguese Jeep, and I'm going to do some service bits and pieces on that and put a new cam belt in it for him.
So I would like to say a huge thank you to everyone for watching this week's video. So don't forget to give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment down below, and if anyone would like to, all the links for Buy Me a Coffee and Patreon are down below. We will see you back here next week.